San Marcos Corridor News is back to bring you the Corridor Weekly News Recap. Videos covering the biggest stories in Hays County every week. I'm Jaira Simpson. Let's dive into the news for the week of April 18th from the Innovation Corridor. On April 15th at 11:54 p.m., San Marcos Police, San Marcos Fire, and San Marcos Hays County EMS all responded to a fatal single vehicle collision involving 21-year-old Bryson Waggle. The preliminary investigation suggested that Waggle was traveling inbound on Old Ranch Road 12 near Blanco Street when he crossed the center line, leaving the roadway and striking a tree. He was later pronounced dead on the scene. On Tuesday, April 19th, the San Marcos Police Department responded to multiple calls related to a disturbance with one or more shots being fired on Ferris Street just before noon. No injuries were reported. A vehicle that was described in the disturbance was identified by SMPD, and the suspect was arrested near San Marcos City Hall. The Hays County Sheriff's Department has provided information regarding the most wanted local fugitives for the month of April. These felons have been identified by the HCSO and other local law enforcement agencies. Their crimes range from family violence, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, intoxicated manslaughter, sexual assault, and drug possession. Their names, photos, and the charges against them can be found on our website. The Board of Regents of the Texas State University System has confirmed Kelly R. Damphus, Ph.D., as the 10th president of Texas State University. The unanimous vote occurred during a special called meeting of the board. Dr. Damphus was named sole finalist for the position last month following a national search. He will assume office July 1st. On April 11th, the nonprofit Great Springs Project announced the proposal of their trail alignment from Austin to San Antonio, which will include a 100-mile hike and a bike trail. The project will conserve 50,000 acres connecting Barton Springs, San Marcos Springs, Comal Springs, and San Antonio Springs. GSP says multiple factors are still at play, and their goal is to finish the trail and conservation efforts by 2036. Texas State University's Meadow Center is offering visitors unprecedented access to explore the crystal clear waters of Spring Lake through guided snorkel and kayak tours. Visitors will be able to see each part of the ecosystem in their natural habitats while also experiencing more than 200 artesian springs. More information can be found on our website. Jason Giulietti, president of the Greater San Marcos Partnership, was nominated and announced as one of North America's top 50 economic developers of 2022 by Consulting Connect. Following an extended closure to repair flood damage, the San Marcos Activity Center will reopen for community use on Monday, May 2nd. The Activity Center unexpectedly closed on October 29, 2021, after a pipe failure caused several inches of water to cover the facility. On Tuesday, April 20th, the San Marcos City Council met for a work session and received a presentation regarding the distribution of the second round of American Rescue Plan funding. The presentation included 19 staff recommended funding requests to move forward with ARP funding after council approval. Additional staff identified community programs and funding requests will be reviewed after receiving input from a community survey. Hays County expects to close on its purchase of the Sentinel Peak Preserve by April 29th, just days after celebrating Earth Day. This is the first project funded under the 2020 Hays County Parks and Open Space Bond. This 530-plus acre property located just west of Wimberley will feature a riverfront park along a 1-mile stretch of a pristine segment of the Blanco River. Hays CISD Superintendent Dr. Eric Wright announced Monday that David Pierce, current principal at Hays High School, has been promoted to one of the district's deputy academic officer positions. And Lance Moffitt from Fredericksburg ISD has been named the new Hays CISD Athletics Director. The Hays County Local Health Department reports 136 active cases and 0 COVID-related fatalities in this week's update. Thank you for tuning in to the Corridor Weekly News Recap, sponsored by LaCima. Please follow us on Facebook or Twitter and subscribe to our daily newsletter to always stay updated on local news. More information on these stories and other news and events happening around Hays County can be found at smcorridornews.com.